Hello, lovelies. Good morning. You know what I realized yesterday? On the videos I made for my music videos, I can use those same videos to practice new editing techniques. I don't have a video that I don't have a song that I really want to do a video yet, but I want to learn more editing skills. And I was like, let me just make these videos even cooler and cooler and cooler. Yesterday, I was extremely down. I'm neurodivergent. I'm mentally disabled. Every day is a struggle. And that's kind of my music. That's what I talk about mostly. And I talk about my mental illness and how I keep struggling. And I'm actually working on a schizo PTSD trauma parentheses trigger warning album. It's going to be the 7 years that I was unmedicated. And just to give people a little insight into how crazy I am, which is ridiculous. But it hit me yesterday that I've been struggling every day my whole life except for 2 years. 2 years as an adult, I wasn't mentally ill. I was happy. I was working full time. And I was enjoying the moment. And then my mental illness manifested, and every year since then was a struggle, and my life as a child was a struggle. Uh, so it's weird that like my whole life has been a series of struggles and constant uncertainties. Like now, I don't know if I'm gonna have a good day. I don't know if my mental illness is gonna flare up. I don't know if I'm gonna have to constantly work on staying grounded in reality. Like that's terrifying to not know if you're gonna be chill today or chill in this moment, next moment. And they always tell me it's moment by moment. And that's what I tell my friends, that's what I tell everybody, and it's all about the microscopic steps that you put in to reach your goals. And I'm gonna start doing live videos. And the weird thing about live videos is that's really triggering for me because I had this delusion that I was on a reality TV show. So being recorded live ties into that crazy delusion when I was unmedicated. And it really sucks. Being neurodivergent is a struggle and constantly trying to survive. And like I talk about it in my music that it takes us mentally ill people like 100 times more energy and effort and planning just to present normal. And it's really sad that the society is not built to help us heal. It helps us a lot, but it doesn't help to where we can like have a sustainable living. Like I was talking to my therapist yesterday, and like I'm really grateful that I'm on disability. It just means I'm legally crazy. But like it really helps. It pays my rent, but that's like all it pays. So everything else comes from my part-time job, which when you're on disability, they only allow you to work a certain amount of hours or they cut you off. So I can't even work more when I'm well enough to work more because it'll mess up with my disability check. We're not allowed to have a certain amount of money in our accounts. So how are we supposed to get out of poverty if we're not allowed to save? How are we supposed to have a better uh, ability to live when we're well enough to work, we're still not allowed to work? How do I get better insurance when my job requires 30 hours a week to get the insurance through the job, but the government only allows me to work 20 hours a week at minimum wage as a limit to how much I can make And state minimum wage is in California higher than other states, but still it's not a living wage. So I'm struggling every day. And it's just I'm tired. I'm so tired. So very tired. But I keep going. And I hope that my music and my stories and my Instagram TV, my YouTube reminds people that keep going, you know? Keep fighting, keep struggling, and one day it'll hopefully get easier. And take baby steps to better your life, but give yourself time to breathe. Give yourself time to rest. Like if you're ever into fitness, if you're into fitness or anything like that, when you exercise, you break down your muscles and you need a couple of days to rest for the muscles to grow back. But when they grow back, they are much stronger. And that's how every aspect of yourself is. You need to rest after you break down stuff to grow back stronger. And with my mental illness, every time I leave the house, I'm breaking down because of trauma. But I don't get enough rest time to heal before I have to go back out. And that's what I was hoping the disability will allow me to rest more so I can really heal my mind. Because being delusional, unmedicated, and constantly in fear for 7 years has really broken down the muscles of my mind. It's created some really unhealthy neural pathways. It's totally like screwed my whole being up. And like trauma, talk about trauma. The mind is a fragile but beautiful thing, and trauma of the mind is really frightening and hard to overcome. It's still not really known and researched as much as it should. But thank God that, or thank the gods, or thank insert your belief here, that they're not lobotomizing me or sticking needles in my brain up my nose and stuff and making me a vegetable. So I'm glad for that. I'm glad that scientists and doctors know a little bit more, but it's still uncharted frontier. The mind, it's so fragile. And I used to describe my mind before mental illness, which was this beautiful stained glass picture of glorious living in the moment and cheerful optimism. And now my mental illness shattered it. But I still have all these beautiful colors of glass on the ground, and I'm picking them up and I'm soldering them back together to paint a new picture. It won't be the same, but it can still be beautiful, vibrant with the rainbow colors. And I'm just like excited to constantly work, and I'm hopeful. And I was telling my therapist also that optimism and hope is a survival mechanism for me. It really keeps me going. Like if I was just to live in the moment, stress out about the future, remember the trauma of the past, I would be crippled. I wouldn't be able to do anything. And hope that things are going to get better. Hope that when I wake up in the morning, it's going to be a good day. Optimism that my relationships are going to blossom. Optimism that I'm going to get this business running off the ground. It keeps me going. Like, really, hope is such a strong thing. And having hope in yourself is the strongest thing of all. You have to love yourself. I know it's really hard because society is always telling you to fit into a box. Be this, be that. If you're not that, you're not going to fit in. You're not going to survive. If you're crazy, you're not going to fit in. If you can't do a job, you're not going to make money. And it's just constantly tearing us down. So believe in yourself. Rest well when you can. Self-care is a muscle. It takes practice to build up that muscle, to remind yourself to do self-care. So work out these muscles. Be kind to your loved ones. I've always been alone with friends and family here and there, and I'm still learning how to pay attention to the subtle differences in my family and friends and my lovers' actions, that they are in despair or they need support. And I don't always pick up on those subtle things because I've always been alone. So it's really hard for me to people. And with the isolation, the stay in place, I really lost touch with the ability to people. And it's really hard. And I know we're all learning new coping mechanisms and we're all learning new communication skills. Everyone's online more than ever. And I hope that continues. And I hope that jobs realize that we can work from home and keep that foundation in the job structures going forward. It'd be fantastic if jobs will let us work from home more. Because someone like me who's agoraphobic, leaving the house all the time is really difficult. And some disabled people who are physically disabled, leaving the house is really difficult. And the average person who's bombarded by the world that's outside, leaving the house takes a lot of spoons. And if you don't know what spoons are, it's kind of like the old school term for bandwidth. Like, I don't have the bandwidth for that. Well, in the disability community in California, at least this area, you say, I have a certain amount of spoons when I wake up. Certain tasks take certain spoons. Certain people, certain tasks gives me spoons. You only have a certain amount of spoons in a day. You can gain spoons and lose spoons depending on what you do. So it takes a lot of spoons for me to get out of bed. It takes a lot of spoons for me to shower. It takes a lot of spoons for me to maintain my pill regimen. And what gives me spoons used to give me spoons, don't give me spoons anymore. And I'm restructuring what gives me spoons. Usually it's certain people and my music. But lately my music has been discouraging because, I'm a freestyle artist and I do everything in one take. So it's very raw. It's very flawed. I am a flawed person. No one's perfect. So why should my music sound perfect? I don't want to be that type of musician. I want to be an organic, chill, organized mess, because I am an organized mess and my music should reflect that. And my music is more of a journal. It's my thoughts. It's fluid. It's ever changing. And I hope to get better. And I need to practice. And all things take time. And like I said, muscles. You have to train. You have to give yourself time to rest. And speaking of my music, I did put out a new album. It's live now on Spotify. I'm going to post some of the music here. You can find it just by searching Shake These Beats. Just Google Shake These Beats. And you can find my music, or you can find my YouTube channel, or you can find my Instagram. It's out there. On Instagram, my company page is I like eyeball _rise _production. And rise is spelled with a Z. So it's I _rise _production. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you like it. I'm going to be editing my my music video. What is it called? By myself. So I'm going to be doing some new effects and learning new things, and I'm going to make it better. And practice makes perfect. And I got to exercise those muscles. And it's tough teaching yourself these editing things. Thank God, or thank the insert you believe here, for YouTube. Learning is at your fingertips. Ignorance is a choice. Self-care is crucial. Practice is key. Rest is mandatory. Love and be love and teach love. Peace.